Hey, Jason Julius here, and in this video I want to answer a question from a woman who wants to ask about full body squirting orgasms and how she can get to them from where she's at now. So in the email she says, "Hi Jason, okay, I have never had a full body orgasm. My boyfriend can make me come a good 20 times and he comes numerous times. But what are we doing wrong for me to have never have squirted at all?" Okay, so first I want to say congratulations for having 20 orgasms in one, sexual situation. That is quite an accomplishment and should not be discounted. Any type of orgasm is amazing, and really a gift, and so should never discount that. But I know where you're coming from because a lot of my clients have been in the same boat. I've seen this in my personal life as well. So I'm going to give you something that will actually help you elevate your orgasm to another level where you can get to that full body orgasm. Before I do that, I do want to point out a few things. You may already know this, but anyone watching this may or may not. So I want to make sure that I cover the basics for a second. So in your email, you didn't mention whether or not you're having 20 clitoral orgasms or vaginal orgasms. And I want to point out that typically, if you want to have that full body release, those squirting type orgasms, most often, not every time, but most often that will come from vaginal stimulation, which is stimulation to the G spot or the A spot. And the easiest way to stimulate those areas directly is to have your partner use their finger starting out so that you can really get to know those areas. But for you, you may already know that area. You may already be having 20 G spot orgasms. I'm not really sure. So I did want to point that out. So vaginal stimulation is typically where the full body orgasms come from. Another thing is you really need to make sure that you have a strong PC muscle, which means that you should be doing Kegel exercises. So a strong PC muscle is essential for having those full body squirting type of orgasms. It just makes it easier because what you need to do is you need to relax your PC muscle during orgasm and push out. And if you're afraid or have any kind of worry about that letting go part and worrying about it being urine, just make sure that you urinate before sex so that there's no block in your mind. You're not worried about it. So that's going to really allow you to make sure you're stimulating, the inside of your vagina and your PC muscle is strong and you're able to relax it during that time of orgasm and really push out. Now, you can also look at making sure that you need to eliminate all the tension in the muscles in your body. If your body's really tense, it's hard for you to really let go and let the endorphins just rush through your body. If you're really tight, massage can really go a long way. So those are some of the basics, right? But to really answer your question, and I think I know where you're at with this because I've seen it many times, is you're at that point where you're having a lot of orgasms, but they're maybe not as big as you expected them to be. So I'll give you an example from my own personal life with a woman that I dated. She was able to orgasm many, many times during each time that we had sex, almost to the point where she was 20 minutes of sex would be 20 orgasms. But she was looking for that more full body type of a release. She wanted to be able to learn how to squirt. So what I told her to do is I told her to, every time she gets close to orgasm, to hold back. Now, I would typically never tell a woman to hold back. Letting it go and releasing it and getting to feel that whole orgasm can actually be very difficult for a lot of women to even get there once. But when you get to that point where you can do it very easily, sometimes the next step is to actually let those orgasms build up. So we kind of made it a game where she would actually wait and let it build up, and she would release when I would release. So instead of, in that 15 or 20 minutes of sex, her having a bunch of orgasms, she'd really let it build up. And that allowed her to kind of understand that tension and that build up is what can actually lead to that more intense type of an orgasm. So by the time that she actually did let go and actually did orgasm, it was insane. It was that full body release, shaking for a minute or two afterwards because all that tension was built up for so long. She wanted to release, but she was waiting until she almost just couldn't take it anymore. Now, I know that that's almost kind of like an advanced level thing, because like I said, I would never tell a woman to hold back on her orgasm, because sometimes the very act of letting go is difficult. But you're in a really unique situation here, which is amazing that you can actually, take your time and experiment a little bit with, holding back your orgasm until you can basically hardly take it. So, maybe in that 20-minute span, you could have, instead of 20 orgasms, maybe you have 2 or 3 really, really incredible built up orgasms where you really let them build up before you let them go. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for the email. And if you're new watching the videos, I hope you hit the subscribe button and visit my website. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.